you guys, Jenny here. I wanted to talk today about the healing pyramid that I created a few weeks ago. And I wanted to explain that to you and why it's so important to everyone. And just basically how there is dysfunction in our medical circles. And when we get to understand this healing pyramid, it becomes quite clear that we are attacking our problems from the wrong direction. So as you can see in the image showed, and when you click on this, the healing pyramid, the base starts with nutrition. That's our first tier. And nutrition is so important because I compare everyone's body to a house constantly under construction. When you build a house, it's brand new for a little bit and it does really well. We call this childhood, right? And most kids are very healthy. Doesn't matter what you throw at them, they kind of bounce back, right? Most kids these days, not so much, because kids are starting to become more and more sickly. But as you age, as this house ages, you need to start renovating. You need to start fixing things. There's holes that need to be plugged. There's leaks that need to be fixed. The roof needs to be replaced. The floors need to be replaced. And so you need materials to replace these things in the house. And these materials for our body are literally the building blocks. We're talking amino acids. We're talking vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. All of these things are the bricks, the cement, the contractors, the excavators clearing out all the rubble and debris to make way for the contractors to bring in the new materials. So we have this beautiful system that is at play that is constantly renovating your house, AKA your body. So that is the basis for everything. If you want to heal, you need to make sure your materials are in place. And our materials that we get from, that our bodies are biologically designed to thrive off of, are plants, vegetables, fruits, and then we go to fats, good healthy fats, eggs and proteins, and obviously eggs are proteins. And so so that's where we want to get our bricks, our cement, our contractors, our excavators. That's basically where we get all of those parts to our house repairs. The second tier that I want to talk about is the stress tier. Now we have good stress and bad stress. So let's talk about good healing stress, right? And one way that we deal with our stress is movement. And movement is so important because it creates eustress, EU stress. And what eustress does is it stimulates your body to be stronger, to be better, to go further or faster. And so when you add just the right amount of stress, when you take your body to the edge and a little bit beyond, that stimulates your brain and it stimulates stem cell production and it stimulates regrowth in tissues to be better and stronger because your body is anticipating that stress in the future. And so we want to make sure that we are having healthy stress in our bodies that make us younger, make us stronger, make us feel, have clearer thought patterns, and so on and so forth. Now, there is the other part, which is stress management, right? And this is sleeping, this is yoga, this is all of those aspects that you want to make sure you are taking care of. You want to take care of the mental aspect too. So if you have toxic relationships in your life, you need to start making boundaries. If you have toxic tapes that you play in your mind, those need to be re-recorded. Because where thoughts go, energy flows. And your cells are completely aware and react to the environment that you put them in. And that a big part of that environment is your emotional stress. Now, studies show that sleep and stress are two of the largest factors that change your DNA replication. What that translates to is your stress and your unhealthy sleep patterns literally changes your epigenetics, your DNA. It changes your code and it will provoke your genes to start expressing dis-ease. And what I mean by that is thyroid. So we always say my thyroid, my Hashimoto's is genetic. Well, it's genetic because you exposed yourself to an environment that brought out that genetic code. So the code is there, but it wasn't being read. You put yourself in the environment that allowed for that code to be expressed. So we can reverse that, right? We can change our environment. We can change our thought patterns. We can manage our stress. We can have healthy sleep patterns take really good care of ourselves, have healthy thoughts, healthy affirmations that we tell ourselves every day. Okay, so we've discussed tier 1, which is nutrition, tier 2, which is stress, and now I want to talk about tier 3, which is intervention and treatments. This is when we're filling in the gaps. When we have checked off everything in tier 1 and tier 2, tier 3 is prescription drugs, supplementation, and treatments. Now, this is the disconnect. When you go to a doctor, when you go to an endocrinologist, when you go to a chiropractor, when you even go to a functional medical doctor, what is the first thing they do? They do testing, and they either put you on supplementation or they put you on medication, or they sell you a really expensive treatment protocol. Now ask yourself, did you cover the first 2 tiers with them? Are they covering all their bases to ensure that the treatments that they're going to now give to you and the supplements they're going to give to you are actually going to work? Because here's the thing, they're not going to work efficiently if you don't have the other building blocks in play. So this is where our healing pyramid is literally turned upside down. And then we start with the treatments, we start with the prescriptions, we start with the supplements, and we get really slow results, if any. And so I want to make you guys aware of this so that when you are approaching your doctors, when you are approaching your functional medical doctors or your chiropractors or your nurse practitioners, that you are approaching your health from the nutrition aspect first, then the stress, and then the treatment. I want you to feel completely empowered with those first 2 tiers and know exactly what you're doing in those 2 tiers. And then you can go to that 3rd tier, the very last one, the treatments, the prescriptions, the medications. And if you need some fine tuning, if there are holes in your house that are not being covered up because your contractors don't know how to do it, then you can go to the doctor and be like, help me with these things, help me manage these things. But first, let's cover all of our bases, right? Why is this so important? Why am I stressing the nutritional aspect so much? Nutrition is literally a lifestyle. It's not a diet. It's not a short-term thing. It's something that you need to constantly ingrain in your everyday patterns. Now, I'm asking you to completely change your culture, to completely change your lifestyle, to normalize something that is so abnormal to most Americans, because we're so used to fast food. We're so used to goldfish and Cheerios. And now I'm asking you to be used to and start loving peas and sweet potatoes and vegetables. And so I'm asking you to change your cultural expectations and your lifestyle. And that's really hard. And that is why I have created the Gutsy Health Program, which helps you and handholds you through that. And not only that, it gives you the how and it teaches you the why. So over the few months that you're doing this program, not only are you practicing it with these meal plans that you don't even have to think up. I do all of that for you. I do all the meal planning, I do the menu list, I do the to-do list. But while you're implementing this, you're doing the do, I'm teaching you the why. And I'm teaching you why this is important. And I'm reminding you every day why this is important, why it's important to stick to this. And because it's really nutrition and stress, that is the basis of all health. If you can perfect those 2 things, you will have a life full of energy and vibrance and clear thought. You will not have brain fog and achy joints and achy backs and achy this and disease that and disease this and medication that and medication this. So I want to teach you those things. I want to give you those tools and those skills. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys, and I will chat with you later. Bye.